Yeah, this is Gareth Meijsen.
What's up?
And the reason why I've invited him today to talk about this podcast is because I have a very strong feeling that you're going to be a famous actor one day. Yeah. And then,
Thank you.
And then Jordan, people are going to watch your movies, and then they're going to get obsessed with, you know, when you watch a movie and then you get like totally obsessed with the cast. So then you Google
IMDb. I do it for every movie, man.
Yeah,
for every movie.
For every actor, for every movie, then you go into, and then you just like go into it. So that's why I've invited you today. You are primarily an actor. So
Yeah,
I guess
that's
that's like a good place to start.
That's
like
my thing.
Why, how and why acting?
How and why acting?
Yeah.
You know, I've thought about this on many levels, in many ways, and I've answered it to many people, but it's constantly changing. I'd say, like, I fell in love with acting and performing when I was young. I was about 6 years old. You know this. I've told you about this, but I think then it was for the love of like how watching movies made me feel.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, that's how my dad and I bonded. We watched movies. We would go to what was then Brightwater Commons, which is now what?
Is it
Ferndale on Republic or something.
Did they change?
They don't even have a cinema anymore. So we'd go there every Wednesday and every second weekend and watch a movie. So I watched every kind of movie under the sun. And to me, everything was good. People would say, how was that movie? I'd be like, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Even if it was trash. It's different now, but
yeah, because now we actually have trash.
now
movies.
we actually have trash movies.
We do.
Yeah.
We
Back
do have
then,
trash
every
movies,
movie
yeah.
was good. So it was for the love of like how it made me feel, and I was like, I want to do that. I want to, you know, it's like watching your favorite sport and like seeing your favorite rugby player or your favorite soccer player, football player, like shredding the grounds, you know, and you're like, oh, I want to do that. So it was the same kind of thing. I was just watched actors on screen, and I was always interested in how they would do things and how cool they looked doing things.
Yeah.
And as I've grown up, I've realized the deepness that comes to performing, and specifically movies, and why it's so successful, because it's like the most powerful medium in the world. It uses all of your, or almost all of your senses. The thing that they've yet to crack is your sense of smell, but it uses your sight.
They've done that, bro.
They have.
In the 4D cinemas.
Sons of guns, they did it.
Dude, no.
Sons of bitches.
Like, for instance, I was watching the second Avatar, Way of Water.
Yeah.
And like, if you're in a rainforest, they spray out like the aroma.
Damn it. I had this idea like 3 weeks ago. I wrote it down. Looks like they're already doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, smells are important as well.
Yeah.
But so to get back onto what I was talking about, like movies have utilized sight, sound, and emotion to tell stories. Like how stories started was like this, like two people talking to each other, and like me telling you about what I've been through, and you feeling that, you know?
Yeah, being empathetic to it. Yeah, for sure.
And I guess like movies have just like intensified that process. And now with VFX and computer generated imaging, CGI, it's become just way more. And sound design, and like if you look at history, the power of story is relevant in every culture, in every I suppose subsect of humanity, mythology, religion. The power of story has dictated the way that we live. It carries emotion, it carries morals, it carries direction, and it's the quickest way to make someone feel something.
For sure.
And like, so I'm a religious person. I consider myself a Christian, and like realizing that there is so much power through storytelling, and the access of that today is like, what better way than movies? Because everyone can watch it, almost everyone at any time. And there's many people that are making movies that are garbage.
Yeah.
And there are people now who are making movies that like really mean something. Like Jim Caviezel's doing a whole thing with this movie, The Sound of Freedom, which is like basically the story of child trafficking and slave trade and whatever. And it's apparently like just knocking down all of the walls because like no one's talking about it. And here he's just kind of packaged it in a movie, which is like an hour and a half to 2 hours long. And it's just like, this is what's going on. And it's the easiest way to impart a message on a mass scale, you know?
Yeah.
And I think I'm passionate about the importance of that. And I'm passionate about the way that gets done, I guess, as a complex answer to why I love acting.
Yeah, so it was a lot more deep than I just want to be famous.
Yeah, or it's fun, you know?
Yeah, dude, for me, it was I want to be famous, to be honest. I thought
it started like that for me too.
I was like,
and it's still there. As
but
well.
I get you. Like there's, dude, it's you're living your life and it's so boring. And then you go watch a movie and you're like, you get transported into another world.
Yeah,
and it's like,
that's it, dude.
And then you get out of that cinema and you're like, you're just like,
I will become
energy.
Batman now.
Yeah,
Thank
for
you.
sure. Dude, yeah, movies are fantastic. Yeah, I know the same feeling. I think everyone, when you're young and you go through that, it's an amazing feeling. And then you got that feeling after the movie for like 2 hours where you're just like, you got a hype, bro.
Have you ever watched a movie so good? Like, I call it post-movie depression. You called it that, actually.
Yeah, I think I did.
Like, when you watch a movie so good, you just like look at your life and you're like, oh, man.
Now I need to go back to being an accountant. Damn.
Why is my life not
numbers,
like that,
man?
You know? Which is, it's like, it's escapism, but it also, like, to me, it like speaks to the call to be higher, to be better, to be
Spider-Man.
Yeah, to be Spider-Man.
And then when you started acting, were you good or were you bad? And then you had to get better.
I think I thought I was good.
Wow. Okay.
But I think I was really trash.
Really?
Yeah. You know what? I think it's like this with everything in life. When you start something, you're bad. You may have an affinity for something, I think. And as you progress through life, and if you spend a really long time doing something,
10,000 hours.
10,000 hours. I think you're always going to look back and go, oh, like
that was trash.
That was so trash. But it's like it's a version of you that wasn't as experienced and as skilled as you are now. And I think the way it works with skill is you never feel different. You always feel like you. And the only time you really feel like you have progressed and improved is when you do look back and you go, oh, wow, like, okay, I guess I have. Eh? Yeah, I kind of draw a comparison to lifting weights. Not that I've done it very much, but like the top weightlifters in the world, they don't feel like they're lifting heavier weights. The weight feels the same. It feels heavy.
Yeah, it's a challenge.
Yeah, so it's like when they're lifting 200 kgs, it feels the same as lifting 100 kgs when you were struggling on 100 kgs.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's the same in life. I think with any skill that you progress through, when you get to a point where you're good, you still feel like you're lifting a heavy weight. But then you look back and you're like, oh, I've actually put on an extra 100 kgs on the bar, you know?
It's crazy to look at.
So I think I sucked in the beginning, and there are moments that I still have that I think I suck, and I probably do still suck because I'm not getting the job.
So you are getting the job. Well,
I'm getting some.
You know, we'll get into that. But was there ever like a teacher or a moment when you're like, I can actually do this? Was it the IMTA?
The IMTA.
That's how we know each other.
We need to talk. Okay, so are we going to tell the story?
Of IMTA, yeah.
Do you want to tell the story?
Well, I guess if it makes sense for me to start because
yes, because you got it first.
I got it first. I've actually often thought about this. So,
yeah, tell us the your adventures with IMTA.
What does it stand for?
Are we allowed to mention the company that took us there? Maybe not,
bro. Of course. Okay. Dude, it's not like they're going to sue us for being like, this is a great life-changing opportunity.
Yeah, because then we can sue them for lying to us.
Did they lie to us? Wait, are you not happy with it? Okay, we'll get into that. I didn't care. I didn't care. Okay, so like how I got into the IMTA, I actually went to another competition thing.
Are you going to put a logo on the screen that says IMTA?
I'm so lazy at editing,
and
hey?
Talent Association.
If it doesn't take a lot of editing, I'll probably do it. But it's dependent.
Shane, you'll get there, Shane, man. You'll get there.
You know, like when you go onto YouTube and you're like, how do you put an image over a video? And then you,
Dude,
then you
that's
watch,
my life,
then you
bro.
watch the video and you're like, okay, I got this. Then you go into Adobe Pro, or Premiere Pro, and you're like, shit, man, how did he do it again? And you have to go back to the video.
Dude,
and then slowly,
I go 1 second. I'm like,
pause
press play,
video.
pause,
Go
do
to the
that,
next.
play, pause, do that,
Yeah.
play, pause. Yeah. Anyways,
So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
IMTA.
Yeah, IMTA. So I actually did. I like you. I wanted to be I guess I do still want to be an actor. I'm just a bit lazy now. And also, just to backtrack a bit,
Everything in a season. Everything
in the season. But I also think. So we say now that we have trash movies, right? I generally think that people just have run out of stories to tell because the archetypes. There's only like 7 kinds of stories or something like that. There's like the buddy story, the love story,
the hero's journey.
and stuff. So I generally think that movies have just it's not as easy because there's less stories to tell. But anyway, I digress. The IMTA. So I did another competition where these people invite you. I think they're from Disney or something like Arta or something like that, and they ask you to do like a 30-second commercial, and then they say, cool, you got talent. If you give us 100,000 rand, we will take you to Disney. And it's a brilliant scheme because, you got your child with you, your daughter or your son, and they want to be a Disney princess or king or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
They sell you on the hope and the dream.
They sell you on the hope and the dream. So you're a parent and your kid is like, yeah, I want to be an actor or actress. But at like 4 years old, you don't really know much, or like 6 or whatever.
She's just like, I'm going to be a star. Just like the people on the screen. Yeah.
I'm wearing Spider-Man. Like I'm wearing a Spider-Man shirt. So
I'm halfway there. Yeah.
I'm halfway there. You know what I'm saying? And then they asked for like 100,000 rand. And I don't have 100,000 rand to just go somewhere. So I was quite irate at this whole thing. I was like, this is not it. And then I was actually leaving that competition, and as I left, I made a friend with someone, and they told me about IMTA, which was another competition.
With the same, not IMTA. This is IMTA.
No. This is IMTA. This is
IMTA.
IMTA.
Okay, IMTA is IMTA.
IMTA. What, dude? IMTA and IMTA is exactly the same thing. How do you not
Okay,
see
sorry.
that? IMTA.
Okay.
So this lady told me about it, and she's like, if you win, they pay for you to go. They pay for you to go to New York.
Bro, I remember that.
And then I was like, okay, maybe I can do this. And they go to different places around South Africa. They go to like malls and stuff like that. And
it's literally the talent scout like looking thing of South Africa.
Yeah. They look for talent.
And that's what we always thought, right? Like I was going to get stopped in a mall and they were going to be like, you've got what it takes. Come be Spider-Man in my movie. Yeah. Like that's the dream that we had as kids, right? Yeah.
The Charlize Theron throw a tantrum in a bank and act as and someone's watching you. Like, this is entertaining, man.
Come be in my movie.
Yeah. So the talent scouts come, and I remember it was the weekend of the audition, and I went to a house party. This is so bad.
Oh no!
And I got introduced. You don't drink, hey? Casually.
Not too much. Yeah, I'm a casual drinker.
It's either you drink or you don't. You're in the category of don't drink.
Okay. Thank you.
I went to a party and I was introduced to white tequila. I've had
tequila.
Yeah. White tequila. Anyone who's ever had white tequila knows that.
Is that a race thing?
Yeah, it's the lesser known. It's dude, I don't know. A white tequila. Shit.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was introduced to white tequila and I got blackout drunk. This is the day before the audition. Bro, I don't know. This is the day before the audition. I got blackout drunk. And I vomited like everywhere at this guy's house or whatever. And I remember like the next day at like 7 o'clock, the dad wakes me up. He's like, son, you got problems. And I was like,
He told you that to your
dude,
face.
to my face, bro. And I was like, dude, it was so bad. But anyway, like I had
Blackout drunk.
Dude, I got blackout drunk. I got like satanic ritual drunk, bro. I was like doing rituals in the garden and stuff.
Should
Dude,
be made to pray for you.
and it's so funny because I don't have any recollection of the night whatsoever.
Nothing.
I don't have any recollection. But the next day is IMTA, and I, dude, it was so bad.
Is this the first round?
The first round.
Okay.
The first round, and there's 3 rounds or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll you know. So, and then I go home from this house to shower at least.
Freshen up.
Freshen
Get the
up.
vomit out your beard. Yeah.
Bro, it was so bad. Like, I get home and I vomit in my car. It was like literally, dude, it's so bad, dude. I can't believe I'm telling the story. It's so bad. Anyway, so
Okay,
I vomit.
this is where we get vulnerable, man.
Yeah,
We've
dude.
all had our stuff.
And I'm just feeling really gucked, bro. I was like, no, there's no way I'm going to do this. But eventually, like, I pulled myself towards myself, go to the audition, get the call back.
Nice.
But like, how many people
was
got
this the
called
audition
back?
at the mall?
Yeah.
Dude,
Green stuff.
It took me like a while, but I realized that they call everyone back.
Yeah. Because you pay per round.
You could have exactly.
Yeah.
You could have rocked up there drunk, and
Captain Jack
they
Sparrow
would
your way
have
through.
they would have been like, cool, come back
come
next
back.
week.
Well, why not? Because so I think it was like the price per round was 300 Rand or something like that.
Yeah. IMTA.
Yeah, now we can just fast forward the whole process. Like, did the first audition, got through. They let everyone go through. Then I think there's 2 more rounds.
There is, yeah.
Yeah, so then
And the
there's
final round is the one where you're like,
God, dude, I don't need to tell you about my final round, dude. It was a movie, bro. It was so great.
that is so cool.
Yeah. So the second round, again, you audition with a monologue now, so it's a bit longer. I got through that as well. I can't remember the monologue I did. I've got a terrible memory. But I do remember the one I did for the final. So I remember for my final, there were 32 finalists.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And like it starts off with like
Thousands.
10,000 people.
Yeah. So you're feeling quite good at this point. You're like,
Yeah.
but you know, you really want to go to New York. So the final, I get there, and the first thing that happens is that I meet this like 12-year-old kid, and like super excited, super ecstatic. And I think I'm 16 or 17 at the time, and he's like, "Can I show you?"
17 when you did IMTA.
Or 18. I was 18.
No, you did it a year before me.
Yeah.
So you would have been like 20
No way.
because I was 21. Maybe you were
Okay.
19. Maybe you were 19.
I think I was 19 because in 18 I had a girlfriend.
I did it in 2017. I know
Yeah,
that's
so then I was 19.
2016.
I was 19.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. So I meet this kid and he's like, can you show me he's like, can I show you my stuff?
Okay.
I was like, and I'm older. So he's like, and I have to be like all professional.
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
shows me his monologue. And I'm like, God damn, this guy can act, bro. He was so
Really?
good. I was like, I didn't even know how to get, like when someone asks you for notes
Yeah, you're like,
and you have nothing to say. You know, you want to say, maybe you can work on this, maybe you can work on that. But
And
I
you
had
just
nothing
had
to say.
nothing
dude.
to say to
I
this
was
guy.
like, wow, you're really good, bro. Good luck. So then I get inside the auditorium and there's 32. So there's 32 finalists. I'm one of the 32.
yeah.
And I look at the roster of like, who's going? And I'm lost.
Oh, man.
I'm lost.
I was 2 actually, if I remember correctly.
Were you?
I was last or second last.
Dude, and that's the worst, bro.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
To
'cause
wait.
Then you're sitting there watching everyone be amazing, and you just like gets it, and you're thinking, "Shit, do I know my lines?
Yeah.
Damn, is this thing good? Like, what am I?" And then your whole life flashes before your eyes. You're
Yeah.
like, "What am I doing here? What do I think I'm an actor? What's going on?"
Oh,
Yeah, you just go through the 5
hate that
stages of
feeling.
grief. But what's great about
the 5 stages of auditioning.
oh man, auditioning, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's another
so-
topic. Anyway.
So like I'm sitting there backstage watching like everyone do their thing, and I'm like, damn, they're so good, bro. They are so good. And what happened was great actually, is that like halfway through I kind of just like surrendered everything. I was like, fuck it. Whatever, bro. I don't
Whatever
care.
happens.
I don't care, man. Whatever, dude. Like, it is what it is. But I did notice something that was like very strange to me, where I was watching all these guys go, and they all had such depressing monologues. They were so depressing. I was like, where did you even find the source material?
There's like a correlation between being sad and acting. People think that if you can be sad, you're a good actor.
Yeah, produce some tears and then you got it, you know? So I was like, damn, bro, everyone is so sad, you know? And then with sad monologues, what happens is the audience is like, because these are not like critics or whatever. They don't give a damn. They just want to be entertained.
Like, exactly.
And then I was like,
even the judges, because
even the judges, bro.
Who are they?
Yeah, dude, I was a judge one year, bro. You know how the mighty have fallen, bro. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I've got a funny monologue. I've got Rowan Atkinson, Welcome to Hell.
Yes.
Brilliant monologue about he's the devil and he's welcoming people.
I remember watching that. Someone showed it to me on YouTube.
Brilliant, eh? So I was like, this is the funniest thing I've ever watched.
Yeah.
And what I did, like, because this is the thing about me, which, like, throughout my life, I'm never the best, but I always have an edge. Yeah. Cheat codes.
Cheat codes.
You've
always got the vision. That's what I'd call it. You've got the vision.
I got the vision. I know what people want.
You can look at something and go, that's what's going to make it elevated.
You don't have to be the best, bro. You just have to have some sort of an edge or whatever.
Yeah.
So what I did with Rowan Atkinson's Welcome to Hell, because it focuses on like kind of British scenarios and stuff like that. So I South Africanized it. So like as I was welcoming people to Hell, I welcomed Jacob Zuma, Robert Mugabe, Oscar Pistorius. That whole trial was going on, right?
So you used it as
I used it, bro. And people were like, what? You can do that?
Yeah.
Like people lost their minds, bro.
Yeah.
It was so funny. It was like
because it was like
relevant.
It wasn't just like pick up the person at the mall kind of talent. It was actually like you had something.
Yeah,
and it was like something fresh. Of course they put you last because they knew you were the best.
Dude, maybe they did, bro. Maybe they, I don't know. It was bizarre. Anyway, so I do my monologue. The crowd loves it. They're like eating out of the palm of my hand. I was like, this is amazing, bro. And then as I was finished, everyone's clapping. The stage manager is like, bro, you definitely won, bro. He wasn't even quite. He was like, bro, you won, bro.
Bro, you won, dude. These guys suck.
Anyway, you don't know that you've won. I mean, I'm keeping it.
No.
I'm keeping you a cooler, man.
If you are watching the whole thing, you know who won.
Yeah.
Like if you're watching a whole bunch of people go, you're like, that dude is definitely the best. But when you're in it, you don't know.
You don't know. And also, like, it wasn't even fake humility. I was just kind of like, I don't know, bro. This is a big thing. This is a free trip, like, to New York with like 120,000, like, grand or whatever it is. This is huge. So I'm not getting like ahead of myself. But then they do that thing where they bring out like the top 10, you know? So they bring out the top 10 and one in the top 10. You're like, damn, this is great, man. And then I think they went from 10 down to the final 2.
Okay.
I don't know if it went like top 5 or something like that. But went down to the final 2. And guess who's the other guy? It's the 12-year-old kid.
No way.
It's a 12-year-old kid. I was like, are you joking, man? It was crazy, bro. I was like,
this was between you and him.
Yeah, dude. So I see him and I'm like, give him a hug.
I'm not going to be angry at a 12-year-old kid.
Yeah, dude. But like, I think at this point, I kind of thought that I had it.
Okay.
So I was like,
I get you.
This is going to suck. Because this is a 12-year-old kid, bro. Anyway, so like final 2. And then they announced that I'm the winner. And like, bro, I couldn't even enjoy it because now I'm with my homie here who's just lost.
Oh.
And he's like 12, bro. Like,
yeah,
what
man,
dude,
you're 19. He'll have his time.
That's exactly what I said, bro. Like, so I couldn't even enjoy the moments. Like, I go to him, I'm like, bro, don't worry, you're so, and he's crying, dude. And I'm like, oh no, this is so bad, bro. Like, I was like, bro, you're so talented, bro. Like, you got this in the bag. But it was such a bizarre moment that I'm like, the one person I meet and become friends with is like the guy. But that kind of happens. It's kind of like a movie like that where that does happen. So yeah, win the trip to
win IMTA.
Win
Get the free trip to New York.
Yeah.
Which is probably the best experience out of that whole thing. Right?
Yeah. And then go to America. Now, at the time, I was already studying drama adverts. So I asked like a whole bunch of lecturers to help me with the monologue and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, go to America. Now
Are you freezing, dude?
I'm so cold, bro. But it's snowing, so give me a little bit of... Yeah, that was better. Yeah. Hit me up. Ah, you blessed, bro. You blessed.
Just for perspective, it is snowing in Joburg. It never snows.
Yeah.
It never snows. So
I think it's done once before when we were like 8 or something.
Yeah.
But it's free. But not in Benoni, bro. Benoni is sunshine and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was so fun. As I was driving here, I could literally feel
the cold.
Yeah, the temperature drop. I was like, as soon as I got into the north,
Shame,
all the white
dude.
people live. All the Vikings are here.
The Vikings, yeah.
Valhalla has come, you know.
There
it's
is actually
crazy.
a place called Valhalla in Centurion.
Is that where all the Vikings are?
I don't know, but it's called Valhalla.
Gosh, that must be so disappointing. Like, you live your life as a Viking and you're like, I cannot wait to feast in the halls of Valhalla.
And you're arriving at Centurion. Like, there's like a little
so
pond.
disappointing. Oh, gosh. This sucks. Can I go be alive again?
There's a hobo named Odin. Hello, how are you?
He's got what?
My name is Odin.
And he's Indian.
No, he's Scandinavian. I was trying to go for Scandinavian, but
My name is Odin.
yeah,
That's what it sounded like.
my name is Odin.
Yeah. You obviously watch Vikings though. They're like, Lagatha is my mother. What are you talking
Yeah.
about? I love it, Drew.
Yeah,
But then I
Vikings
kind
is
of
great.
fell off Vikings. Like, I've got like 6 episodes left, but I was like,
I'll fall off in season 3, I think.
oh, dude, it got bad. Like, yeah. Anyway,
Anyways,
IMTA. Yeah, dude. So like South African version won it, went to America, and it's a scouting competition. So
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of agents and talent scouts and directors and producers. They all go to one hub in New York City, and I believe there's one in California as well.
but it's changed now.
Yeah.
Now it's like on a boat.
But basically, it's
So
it's a
lame.
it's a huge competition where the talent comes to you, and then
You are the talent.
or so if you're a producer,
Then we are the talent.
You're in the hub, and then there's just like a hub of where talent like shows themselves, and you can hire and assign people from there, and it's mostly kids. I think it's between like the ages of 6, 7, and till like 21, 22. So
Yeah.
or 24, I think. So,
It was something like that. And then they put you in your like age groups. But yeah, it's very real.
yeah.
It's such a real feeling, dude. Like going to New York for acting is like, damn, I'm gonna be a famous actor.
That's
one
it.
day.
Yeah, you're like,
You get this
won.
mad feeling of like, and it's
This is my Charlize Theron
Yeah.
moment.
and you go with what was cool about it is that people can pay to go. So you go with a whole bunch of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I went with the coolest people. I was like, damn.
Same, dude.
That
I remember I was the only guy when I went. And so yeah, it wasn't hard for me to be the funny guy, the
charming
the
guy.
charming, yeah. And and it's most of the people that go are models, dude. So
Gorgeous.
it's like
Yeah, they are. I fell in love many times.
I fell in love. Nothing ever worked though, but fell in love many times.
Never works out, bro.
Yeah, it never works out. Anyways.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of models. But I must be honest, like my New York experience, it was great. Like, I loved the feeling. I was never tired. I don't know if you felt this, but
I was also never tired.
I had so much energy. Like I didn't sleep. You went to like
Basically like 10 days of being like on a high.
yeah, 100. That's exactly the feeling. Going to Times Square, woo,
Yeah.
you know, and it was
Getting $2 pizza,
I got.
Staten Island.
But I must be honest, the food in New York is dog shit.
Where did you go?
So here in South Africa, I think our food is fantastic. But what's also great is that you have like a lot of options.
There's variety, yeah.
Yeah, you got your staples. You got like Wimpy, Spur, McDonald's, KFC, whatever.
Yeah.
In New York, didn't you find there were a lot of delis, like places
Yes.
that made like sandwiches?
That's what I loved about the place.
Dude, you know, fucking hated that shit, bro.
Dude, their strawberries are like 10 times bigger than our strawberries. I remember packing strawberries onto like a plate and I'm like,
Here you go.
these things are huge. Right by
Dude.
the Hilton. Did you stay in the Hilton?
Yeah.
No, we stay in the Hilton. There's
Flex.
a deli like across the road.
There was a
I
deli
forgot what it was called.
on literally every corner. There's a
It's
deli.
like for $10, $11, you could get a full plate of food that was your breakfast and lunch?
Yeah, dude. I don't think I really capitalized. I'm not a very smart guy. So I didn't know.
I just followed the crowd.
New York,
Neither
bro.
did I.
I didn't follow the crowd. I was completely focused on the competition. I don't give a shit, bro. Like,
really?
Yeah, dude. I was like the people I was with, and it was cool being one of the 4 that got paid to be there because you're kind of like a little celebrity. In a way. But I was very focused on the competition. But I remember, the one time I went to a deli and I wanted a sandwich. And they gave me a sandwich and the bread wasn't even toasted. I was so disappointed, bro. And it was like the only meal, dude. The people that I went with were very focused on like getting the shoes, getting the clothes, like spending money.
Yeah,
I didn't give a shit. I was here to be an actor. You know what I'm saying?
To win them.
I packed like 25 energy bars to eat those instead of like going out and dude, I was on some drugs, bro. I was like.
He wasn't actually on drugs.
Yeah, I only started doing drugs much later than that, which we'll get into. But yeah, so doing the competition, I'll just breeze through this. So I did pretty well, except for improv.
I also stuffed up improv, dude.
But improv was horseshit, bro. And look, so the one that I did really well in was the commercial.
Yes.
Yeah, they give you like a little commercial thing, and it was something about like deodorants or something.
Yes.
And I sniffed my armpit or something like that. And it smells terrible, bro. Here's this deodorant.
Yeah.
You know, and I won that. So there's different competitions.
Yeah,
it's like
there's different categories.
And then you can do.
I think it was like cold read, prepared script, sitcom read, something like that. Improv. Then it was your monologue that you prepared.
Yes.
I think it was 1 minute 30 seconds.
No, it was 1 minute.
1 minute.
And they were fierce, bro, because mine was slightly over a minute. And they're like, thank you.
Yeah. Jeez, mine was like 1 minute, 2 seconds. I remember some dude flashing me at the back. But
flashing?
Yeah, I think there was like a dude, like there was a signal to like, you've gone over a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Can it? But yeah, anyways.
Flash you.
Yeah.
I thought about different things.
No, like a flashlight. That's what I meant to say.
But yeah, dude, my improv was flipping terrible. I think they give you an object, a place, a person.
Yes.
And they gave me Barack Obama, a bomb, the White House. And I, dude, for like 30 seconds, I was just like, Barack, there's a bomb, bro.
There's a bomb in the White House. Thank you.
I didn't know what to say, dude. And I was like, there's a bomb here. And dude, I can't even remember, but it was just bad.
Yeah.
But it's something that surprised me about the New York experience is that like the American actors, I thought they were going to come with flames, bro. I thought they were going to come with guns and they were just going to wipe the floor with us, bro. They were ass, bro. I remember watching
You know what?
them.
I'll give it to the Americans that were there. They had confidence.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
But I was also surprised. I remember arriving there and I was like, I was so out of my element, fish out of water.
Really?
I thought, I was like, oh, this is like, I've brought my stuff in South Africa, but I've arrived here and I remember feeling like I was so out of my depth.
Yeah.
And then I watched like some guys perform their thing.
So bad.
And I'm like, that was so bad.
Yeah.
All they had was confidence. I remember this guy, like I was standing in the line. The first thing that I did was the cold read. So you get given the script and then you have to go in front of the mic and read it.
Tension.
And I was one of the last ones as well. And like everyone was going and they were doing it in the exact same way, in the exact same inflection, it was like a bunch of robots going up to do the same thing. And then like, I remember the guy standing next to me was so confident. He was like, I'm going to win this, you know? And he literally said that to me. He's like, I've got this. Like, I'm gonna win this.
Okay.
And he's like, good luck to you going after me, you know?
You're going to lose, bro.
And then like he stepped onto the mic and he said his line and I didn't hear what he said and no one really heard what he said in the first part because he didn't say it properly because I think he developed this plan in his head. He was going to rip open his shirt. And like, he was like, I think the line was like, can you fetch grandma some tea? Because she needs some tea or something like that. And he just ripped open his shirt and I was like, oh, like, you really want to do that for that line, you know? And then, but I remember still feeling like so out of my elements. I was like, I'm going to go and I gave it my best. And I gave it a British accent and I pretended to be an old guy, and everyone seemed to like it because I won that
competition
and in that category.
Yeah.
And but I was like, oh my gosh, like I stuffed it up, and like I'm so bad, and all these guys are so confident and they seem to know what they're doing. And it just shows you that, like, because people seemed confident, you would look at them and think, oh, that's what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
And then when you see that, you're like, okay, cool. If I do it somewhat differently, especially when you're unsure of yourself and young, you know, you're like, that's the confident person. He clearly has done this before. They've worked on it for a while. That's what he was told to do. So if I do it differently, I'm going to feel like I'm not really doing it properly, you know? But that's not the case. Like, you giving it your all and you giving it your spin and what you've been working on is what they're looking for. It's like, because mine was different. Mine was edgy. It was like it was off the beaten path, you know? And that's what they were like, okay, cool. That's the nice one.
You did something.
Yeah, you did something that was different.
The director.
And I didn't rip my shirt open.
Yeah, maybe. Did you have a great six pack?
He did, yeah. He was shredded, man. He had the body of a Greek god. And he ended up getting a full scholarship to UCLA.
I knew it was going to happen, yeah. I mean, but that's what I also realized.
He didn't win anything, but he got a full scholarship, and that's what we'll get to.
Dude, it's more a modeling thing than anything else. But, dude,
right.
It's so funny, bro. Like, when I did mine, when I was there, it literally, like, the competition, it felt like they were just walking next to the Hilton, and someone was like, hey, do you want to come act a little bit? And they'd be like, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
Let me go in. Dude, it was so bad. Anyway, so let's fast forward.
That did happen to some people, eh? Like,
dude, yeah.
Because they're talent scouts, like, everybody knows this event.
Yeah.
So they're walking around the hotels, the surrounding hotels are doing things.
Yeah.
So, like, it wouldn't be uncommon for someone to stop you and say, hey, can I see your... And we'd have to carry around these, what we called Z cards, which was basically a mini portfolio that you'd have on you at all times. And someone said, hey, can I please see your Z card? And then you'd take it out, give it to them. And then they'd be like, cool, come with me. And then you'd go to some,
room.
Hotel room. Producers lounge.
Are you sure it wasn't Harvey Weinstein, right?
No, it could have been, but I mean, the ones that I went to were like a panel of producers, you know, like, can you go wait in this queue because we're auditioning people for this thing. It was never like any specific, like, we want you for this movie, but it would be like, we want you for this agency or for this course or for this school, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, you were saying.
Yeah, so did all the different competitions, felt really good about some of them. Improv can go die in a hole.
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
Same here.
But that's
I got fire station, fireman, and fire extinguisher.
There's a fire.
I'm not gonna go the obvious route.
Oh, of course not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd start trying to turn it into like a documentary. Like,
That's
here
brilliant.
we're at but it didn't work. It didn't work.
But you tried.
I tried, yeah.
It's a great time, great experience. And then on the last night, that's the prize giving.
The prize giving.
Oh,
remember that night. Ooh.
Dude, I also remember that night. Like, it was great is that there was a...
And like the best people from each category got asked to perform at the prize giving.
Yeah. So did you do your monologue again? Or
No,
like
I didn't do a monologue. I entered a singing competition with another girl, and we sang on the final night, which was pretty cool. So that, like, if I didn't walk away with any awards, at least I had that in my back pocket.
Yeah, that's amazing, bro.
But on the awards evening, the guitar was out of tune. So
Great.
yeah, that was a blunder. But anyways,
Are we carrying on? The prize giving night, it was a great evening. My one friend from Australia was there as well, and he sang opera.
oh wow,
He got a standing ovation, bro.
really?
Like, damn. Yeah, he was brilliant, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's cool.
But then it gets to the business end of the competition where they announce the prizes and stuff like that. And then what happens, you'll know this, is that the top 10 in each age group, what they do is that they'll put their photo on the screens, right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So you're sitting there and you're watching, and the guy's like, and the top 10 now. and then you see your face come up,
And you're like,
another guy. What? This is amazing, bro. So top 10 is being announced, and I see my photo on the screen, and I'm like, sweet. Go to the stage, and you are in your suit, very, very professional. None of the guys there, and now again, like South Africa, they call out like the top 10, and then one by one they take you down, and then like top 10, you're like, damn, this is amazing. Top 5, you're like, what?
Yeah.
Top 2,
What?
like,
Again?
What?
Is it you and that kid?
I came back,
You
bro.
and that kid,
You
bro.
just came back, bro. It was a surprise. No, it was. So I made it all the way to the top 2 in my age group. I couldn't believe it, bro. I was completely blown away. Like South African version, I was like, yeah, I'll win this. But American version, I was like, I was like, there's no way, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway, top 2 now. And the other guy won. And I was like, I don't care. I'm so happy, bro.
Yeah, you made top 2, bro.
Oh, dude, and then I remember that night I had just energy, so I went to New York Park. Was it
Central Park.
Central Park, which is beautiful. Like I honestly,
I never got the opportunity to go.
what you should have walked. It's far, but like it's brilliant. It's so beautiful, bro. Like I just went on my own mission, and I spent the whole night there, just like on the water. It's like, damn, I'm gonna be a movie star, bro.
Yeah.
like, this is for real. Such a great time. So that was my IMTA experience. And then, well, you also know this.
Yeah.
You really feel like this is the thing. And then it all just fizzles to nothing.
You get back home and you're a nobody.
Yeah. On the last day, agents asked, like, if they like you, they'll ask to see you.
Yeah.
And, like, no one asked to see me, bro. So sad. God damn, bro.
Because, like, the competition seems different to what the agents want.
Yeah.
Because the agents hear your accent and they're like, oh,
Yeah, that's it.
sorry, but we can't help you.
Tickets,
And
bro.
it's like, I remember, I've still got his contact today, but like I impressed one of the agents who's a casting director for a lot of the Hallmark movies today. I mean, like it's Hallmark movies, but
Still movies, bro.
I'd
Still
give my
TV.
left nut to be in a freaking Hallmark
Yeah.
movie. I watched it, I'm like, this is so terrible, but would I be in it? Hell yes.
Yeah. Let's go, man.
So like I did my monologue for him and he was like, dude, I'm so impressed. Like, I don't think I'll be able to help you, but I'm going to send you to people who can. And he sent me to this agent and that agent, and this agent sent me to that agent because they couldn't help me. And eventually I'd made my rounds through everyone. I'd done my monologue like 15 times and no one could help me because like the thing with America is they can't promise you work.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it relies on your ability to audition. And if they can't promise you work, they can't get you a visa to stay there. So you're either there on a tourist visa or a work visa. So if you're not on a work visa, it means you can't work. And if you're not on a tourist visa, it means you have to have work in order to be on a work visa. And if you don't have work, you can't be on a work visa.
That's why I think it works so much better for the models because
Yeah.
they can go across, they can be South African, they can have a weird accent or whatever.
Yeah.
But then it's just your face and your whatever, catwalk.
And
or
then
whatever.
it's like, we're going to Milan for 3 months. Here's your work visa,
Yeah.
So, but as an actor, it's like you have to audition for every single role.
Yeah, for sure. And your chances of getting it are.
Yeah. So unless you have family or you have a buttload of money to be able to stay there, it's really hard. So I took one look at the competition after it was done, and I was like there's nothing I can do. I got a half scholarship to go study at the New York Film Academy. Agents were like, if you can get you, I'll take you on. And I was like, I can't get to America. I just don't have the means. I don't have the money. And my mom spoke to me and she's like, you know what, I'll take out another loan and I was like, forget it. Like, I'm not going to be that guy who like cripples my parents in debt because I have some dream that may or may not
happen.
So I just like within inside myself, I just came to this acceptance of like, okay, if I never make it in America, if I never make it in the big leagues, like the movies that you watch, like I'm gonna try and make something where I am, and hopefully that builds up enough success that it reaches
What do you add about the IMTA experience or like?
So my experience was very similar to yours.
Yeah.
I also went the mall route. I did it twice. The first time I left because we just couldn't afford it, and I determined that I was too young. I think I was 16, 15, and then I came back the year after you did it. I think I was 21, and then I got to the final round. There was like 30 people left. I was also last on the list, and it was between me and another guy, but he wasn't 12 years old. He was like my age.
That's
dressed up in this
hectic.
ridiculous costume.
Wouldn't you
When I
also
say
know-
ridiculous, I mean like cool. Like I looked at it and I was like, I'm gonna lose.
Weren't you in a ridiculously cool? Weren't you painted?
No, that guy was painted.
Oh, I thought that was you.
No, I was not painted.
Oh, I even know you. That's crazy that I even know what you're talking about. Like what? Bro, I know
Yeah.
exactly. He was like a Greek god or something like that.
Yes, I think he was Rumpelstiltskin. He did a monologue as Rumpelstiltskin, and he did it really, really well.
Yeah. So why did you win?
I don't know. I think I just had a tighter performance, and it was performed. His was more like a comedic crowd engager, you know.
Mine was that, bro.
Which was yours, yeah. But you obviously did it really well.
Mm.
Mine was like an acted piece, like me
From where?
speaking
What
to
was it?
someone else.
Oh wow. Okay.
And it was comedic as well. His wasn't comedic. Or did I say it was comedic? It wasn't.
Yeah, you did.
His was kind of comedic, but mine was...
Was it funny because it's bad? Because that's the best kind of thing to
No,
watch. bro.
I don't think his was bad. I actually don't even remember. But anyways, yeah, mine was comedic. And then I also, at the end, I was like, I've got this.
Yeah, you got this.
Between that 12-year-old, that 13-year-old, that...
You just gotta punch them out the
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
that person who slaps out of time or whatever. I got this, you know?
Yeah.
And then got the sponsorship to go to New York. And I remember the lady who was my, like, the lady who was in charge of my group looked at me on the plane and she was like, my money's on you, dude. My money's on you to win the whole thing. And I was like, I still remember that to this day. You know, there's in your life, there's a couple of people who've said some things,
Yeah, they put you on a pedestal, bro.
who've like fed into your life some good things.
Yeah,
who've
it's the
complimented
best.
you,
Oh, dude,
and like
don't
that
even get
stay
me
with you. That's
started.
one of those times. Like I'll never trust that company again because I honestly feel like they're just there to take your money. But like that lady, you know, she believed in me and I could feel it, but I didn't believe it. I didn't believe in myself because I arrived there and I was like, oh man, these people are so good. These people they know what they're doing. They're confident. But it was more of a fact that I was not used to the culture. I wasn't used to the American vibe, USA vibe, you know. But I think like bringing my little South African essence, I don't know how else to say it, but they probably saw something because I also did really well. I ended up winning I remember the awards evening was so hard because they were like, and the best actor goes to this person and the best this and the best this. And I'm like, they've announced best actor. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand. I must have been trash, you know? And then it was the wrong category. I think I was in either a younger or just a different category. But then they announced like, and the best actor goes to this person. I was like, that's me.
That's my
I'm like,
name.
That's me. What? And I went up there like receiving the award, like, like absolutely, like this is it. Standing on that stage, like everyone's looking at me. I'm like, this is it. This is
The moment.
I'm gonna be a famous movie star. Like I knew it. I knew my whole life. I've always believed this was what's gonna happen to me. Like I called my mom. I'm like, I did it. I got all the callbacks. Everyone's saying like, we love you. You're awesome. I did interviews backstage. People were just like greeting me in the Hilton and on
they
the
knew who
street
you were,
because they
bro.
know who you are. And you're like, this is it. This is it. I'm gonna become a famous actor. And then, just like slowly but surely, it just gets stabbed to death. You know, you meet this agent and you meet that principal of that school, and it's just like, and then you get back to South Africa, and it kind of like sweeps the rug from underneath you because you're back and you're like, that was amazing. What now?
Kind of like watching a movie, right?
And then a year passes, and then the headmaster from that school calls you up and he's like, hey, just want to know if you've managed to get some money to come to our school. And I'm like, no, I haven't tried. I'm sorry. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. And eventually they just stop contacting you. And it's like 2 years in, you're like, shit, that meant nothing, did it? Like, it's over. It's done. I'm back to square one. And that's a crappy feeling. But I will never, ever, 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 ever forget that trip. It was life-changing. And it was also an inside scoop on my own life to realize that even if I feel like I am not good, I've got what it takes because I went up against all of those Americans and I beat them, you know?
So you say you started from, when you got back to South Africa, you started from like square one, basically. But you've been in 5 adverts and in a miniseries.
Yeah, I guess.
What's that like?
It's, you know what? It's the same kind of feeling because I think what people don't realize about this job is you're only as glamorous, you're only as good as your last gig. So like you get that ad and you get the call from your agent and you're like, I'm the man, you know?
Yeah, the feeling.
I beat all of those guys. And then to get 5 in a row, because I literally did. Every ad I auditioned for in the space of like 4 or 5 months, I got. And then I got the series as well. So it was like, this is it. My career's kicking off again. Like, finally, I've done it. And then you finish that ad, and I don't know if you've ever been on on a set. Like, if you're the lead, everything's about you. You're like,
it's crazy.
You cough,
right?
and people are like, "Are you okay?" And it's like, "Yeah, I'm fine."
Can I
I'm
your
just a
shoes,
bit thirsty. Like, water. Get some water. Yeah, it's like some lackey's running like 100 meters down the road because you're in the middle of nowhere. Gets you that water. You drink it. You're like, awesome. And then the moment you say the lines right, and the director's like, cut, that's a wrap. Bro, everybody runs from you like the plague. You're just standing in the middle of this field like, oh, hey, I'm thirsty. Oh, I must get it myself. Okay, cool. You just become a piece of meat again, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's really glamorous in the moment and while you're doing it. And people are cutting your hair every day and people are doing your makeup every day and people are fussing about you. So it like promotes this, like things are about you, you know? And then the moment it's over, it's like, who are you again? Gareth. I'm sure. Just take a seat. Thank you very much. And then you audition for the next thing, and you don't even get a call back.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man, maybe I am a bad actor. You know. So it's very volatile. It's ups and downs all the time. So it's about learning to maintain the balance and take things in your stride, and to understand that if this is your skill and this is your craft, you have to be passionate about it. You have to love it, and keep going and know that like if you don't get that gig or this thing, or it's sometimes not about you, it's sometimes about,
it's never about you.
It's actually never about you. Yeah, that's so true. And if like, this is why over the last couple of years I've realized as well that like if you want something to happen, you're probably going to have to make it happen, which is why I've been getting together with you and making skits and making videos, and even that's hard because nobody knows about it. No one wants to watch it until they do eventually one day, which we're hoping for, you know?
Yeah.
So like in every success story starts with people who are in the trenches digging out the...
Yeah. That's the scary thing about life is that it's all on you, bro.
Yeah.
That's like...
Yeah.
My mind always gets stuck between like these two thoughts of like, it's a system, bro. You're just a part in the system, and the system, you are in a system, bro. You're in a context. You know, you're always in something. Yeah. But you've also got I always say that the world is your oyster.
That's a very good way of putting it. It's a context.
It's like weird because my mind switches between the two thoughts of like, one, Shan, the world is your oyster. Whatever you want to do, do it. But then you got to realize time, place, money,
Effort.
effort, contacts. It is relative.
Yeah.
It's relative. Success is relative.
It is.
You could be the best actor in the world living on an island that no one knows about. Leonardo DiCaprio. You know what I'm saying?
You're the best actor on this island.
There's 4 people. So or you could be the best actor in the world, but
Yeah, exactly.
best spread. Like we always think,
Well, according to IMTA, you're the best actor in South Africa.
yeah, I guess so. But it's funny that you say like the moment after the ad is done,
Yeah.
the moment after the competition is done,
Yeah.
that feeling just subsides. It would be amazing if we could just live off that feeling and it just stays.
And that's the problem with, like, in the beginning, you want to be an actor for the glamorousness and the fame and the success, but you realize how fleeting that is,
And how hard it is.
and how
like
quickly.
Yeah.
And so, like, you look at the top guys, and like it almost looks like they're so free from that, like I don't know. I don't follow. Is Ryan Reynolds on social media? Feels like he's barely on social media.
He is, and he does a lot of marketing. He's got businesses.
Yeah, but it seems like the top guys are free from, like, if you see Leonardo DiCaprio in the streets, dude, like the dude looks like he's constantly just woken up. Yet, like, he's as successful as he is because he cares less about the glamorousness and the fame and the status that comes with doing the job. And he cares about the craft, and he's passionate about doing the thing.
He gets his...
so it's like when you're not getting your purpose from those highs because they're so fleeting and so empty, because if you're getting those purpose from those highs, when you're not having them, you're crushed,
for sure.
So it's about finding that balance and also finding that purpose in doing something and, like, having the love. Like, when I started my YouTube channel making skits, we made 49, I think, in a year. Not a single one of those things paid us. We never got any. And I look back and I think, why did I do that? Because every week I'd wake up and I'm like, I've got an idea. Let's film it. And I enjoyed the process of making it and the process of doing it and hanging out with my friends and having fun making something. And then sometimes I'd look back and I'm like, that was really good. Like, we were onto something there, And, like, I think that's the philosophy around success is, like, the top guys were always in the trenches doing the hard thing, shoveling the shit, and it's the guys who are willing to do that for the long haul that make it, because if success came easy, everyone would do it. And it's evident in today, when success does come easy, it also leaves easy. It's fleeting. Easy come, easy go, right? So it's like,
dude.
I've settled in my heart that it's like, okay, if I'm going to be successful, it's going to take time. It's going to take hard work. And if I never am, that's okay, because my identity and my purpose doesn't come from the success that I make. It comes from the doing, the impact, the purpose, the memories, the fun, that's for lack of a better word.
It's fulfilling.
It's fulfilling.
It's fulfilling
for me and for others. There's a deeper purpose than just doing it because, like, that's what I want to do and I want to try and be famous. No, I don't know.
Okay, well, that was IMTA.
That was IMTA and acting, being in the industry.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like and subscribe. The 17
to Shananigans. We're calling it Shananigans. We have to, dude.
Okay, fine. And a big shout out to Gareth, who is doing incredibly in the acting space. And you're going to be huge, bro. So thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
And we'll continue this going. Let's see where it goes.
Shan's going to be huge. Shananigans is going to be huge. It's going to be huge. Thank you.